And welcome to another episode of 2001, A Film Podyssey. I'm your host, Kelsey, and I'm joined by my co-host, Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Tonight marks the 10th episode of our podcast. Insert some, air horns or whatever. Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much if you've been listening since the very beginning. We really appreciate it. Before we get into the movie for this episode, I'm going to shoot it over to Matt so he can go through some website housekeeping.
We've got some new things on the website. First of all, the movie directory is up and going, and all the ratings that we've given are accurate. They were just made up for a long time, but now I made sure they're accurate. We got some other statistic stuff on there that's probably pretty boring.
Boring.
But there is also a new link on there that says buy us a coffee. Now, if you just love what we do and for some reason want to send us some money for a coffee, you can do that. It's available for you to do that, and we encourage you to do that if you want to.
I'm going to let people know that Matt actually does not drink coffee. This is to support his really terrible CBD habit.
I've been doing the hard drugs lately, and I am just addicted to CBD, so it's bad. So, we have to say coffee on the website, but it's going to be going to my hard CBD habit.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
But that's basically all the stuff going on the website. Kelsey, what are we watching tonight?
We are watching Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Wow, it's a classic.
Is it?
It is a beloved classic, I hear.
So the director is Simon West. Some other notable movies that he's done: Con Air, The General's Daughter, and Black Hawk Down, none of which I've seen.
No, I haven't seen any of those either.
Yeah, feel free to roast me, whatever.
Yeah.
This movie stars, of course, Angelina Jolie, as everyone knows, Jon Voight, who is actually her father in real life and plays her father in the movie. Ian Glenn, Noah Taylor, and Daniel Craig are some other notable names.
You haven't seen this movie at all either, have you?
I have.
Oh, you haven't seen this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have not seen this one.
Fun.
I remember seeing all the promotional stuff when it came out. It was kind of a big deal when it came out, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely one of the big summer blockbusters. It came out June 11th of 2001. So I do remember seeing the posters everywhere. This was like that big action summer movie of the year. I did see it, not in theaters. I think within a year or two of it releasing, it was playing on cable TV a lot. That's how I saw it. And not my fave. I found it really boring.
Yeah, if it was on TV so soon after, it probably means it didn't do amazing in the box office at the time either, did it?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think it was met with good critic reviews. I think audiences were kind of meh about it. But, that's kind of what you get with like a standard action movie. I don't know. Who watches this stuff? No offense to anyone who watches this stuff.
It is a little surprising to me because if I remember correctly, in 2001, Lara Croft, the character in the video games, was maybe at the height of her power.
Yeah.
And Angelina Jolie is like probably the perfect person, looks-wise at least, to play the character Lara Croft. And she was hot stuff at the time too. She's been hot stuff forever, but I've just been like,
hey.
What? I mean, a popular actress.
No, she's hot.
But from what I saw, it just made the money back. Was not a huge blockbuster. And I cannot wait to find out why that is.
Yeah, I never played the video games. Did you?
I did. I played the first two for the original PlayStation. I liked them. I know why they were beloved. But and this might not mean anything to you, Kelsey, but tank controls.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the tank controls.
I don't know what that is. Are you excited for this movie?
I am excited to find out why it didn't do as well as it should have. How is Angelina Jolie going to encompass this character that is so beloved even to this day?
Yeah. Well, I'm just thankful that it's only an hour and 40 minutes. So
yeah, I don't imagine we're going to love this movie, but let's go ahead and start the movie and we'll come back with our thoughts on Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Catch you later.
We are running out of time. And if we fail, we must wait another 5,000 years.
Well, I don't know about you, but that's more time than I'm prepared to commit to this enterprise.
This summer, the planets will align.
It was the Illuminati who swore to bring their ancestors back to life.
Time will stand still.
Have you ever heard of the Clock of Ages?
It gives its possessor power of the light.
And the fate of mankind
Eternal hell revives!
will rest in the hands of one.
Don't start.
You're quite an authority on things ancient and mythological.
That's why I travel. It's an ancient clock. It was hidden in a secret room. It glows, but it's getting brighter, like it's counting down to something.
You can build, destroy, move back and forth through time.
The future is yours now, Lara. You're the only one with the strength to destroy the power of the light.
We can be partners.
You might try to kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you.
I said you'd try.
The biggest adventure of the summer begins. Angelina Jolie is Lara Croft.
This is where I start to have fun.
Tomb Raider.
An hour and 40 minutes and not a moment too soon.
I don't want to review this right now.
Yeah, that was a film.
It was technically a film.
Yeah.
Not a very good film.
What was your impression of it?
It was very silly. It was goofy. I guess it made sense for being a video game adaptation in 2001. Some of the things I liked about it were mostly just that it did come off like a video game a lot of the times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like this very much.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, to start the movie off, we have a scene of Lara Croft presumably raiding a tomb.
Yeah, it looks like she's in some ancient Egyptian temple or something, and she's trying to get this object that's lit up for some reason.
As the movie, she's walking around these sandy pillars with hieroglyphs on them, and we see like this light shining from behind some of the pillars, and it looks like she's in deep inside some sort of like temple or pyramid or something. And we were both like, why is there a light shining back there? What is the light coming from for the object she's trying to get to? And it's already sort of looking like things aren't going to be making a lot of sense. And then what pops out of nowhere?
A giant robot.
A giant robot. And just the goofiest fight ensues.
Yeah.
She is walking and she thinks she hears something, and all of a sudden the robot explodes through a full stone pillar.
Mm-hmm.
And she does not react very much. It's like she's expecting it, I guess, or she's that cool, you know?
Yeah.
And then her and this robot have this like mostly hand-to-hand combat fight. She shoots it a lot, but it doesn't seem to do much to it.
Yeah.
And they're doing all these gymnastics. Oh, yeah, that's right. She comes down. This whole thing starts where she's hanging upside down on a rope.
Mm-hmm.
And we already see, and this is totally fine with me because it's part of the video game, unnecessary gymnastics going on.
Yeah.
She does like 2 flips and a handspring or whatever to get down onto the ground of the temple. She starts fighting this robot. And there's a part where the robot has her pinned down on the ground.
Yeah, and his hands are like saws.
Yeah, has like saw hands and everything. And somehow she's just as stronger than this powerful robot.
Yeah.
Because it's like trying to saw her, like kill her. It's got her pinned down, and then she uses his saw hands against it to like cut it up and stuff, and destroys the robot.
Yeah.
Goes and gets the object, and we find out it's a memory stick that contains Lara Croft's
Party playlist.
Yeah,
it says Laura's party playlist.
Very goofy.
Yeah.
And this already begins. Basically, the entire movie is a laundry list of like nonsensical things that exist in the world or reasons or things that people do in the world, because she walks out of this ancient Egyptian setting into her mansion. I guess the ancient Egyptian setting is part of the mansion.
Yeah, it's crucial to the training.
It's her training grounds. And she walks by Noah Taylor's character, Bryce, who makes the robots.
Yeah, I guess he's like her tech guy. He creates gadgets for kind of no reason. Like, they actually don't help her. Like, it's not like with Batman where, you know, whoever his person is that makes all of his gadgets and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think it'd be like that. Like, oh, he makes cool weapons and cool stuff. No,
for her to use.
Yeah, he just makes that robot to train her, but like we don't really see anything else.
She just uses guns and stuff.
Yeah,
like regular weapons.
And lots of bungee, I guess.
Yeah. Oh man, the amount of gymnastics going on in this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, and Bryce is upset that Laura destroyed his robot.
Yeah.
Which is meant to train her. And Bryce is like, why did you use live rounds?
Yeah.
And Laura's like, well, I mean, it seemed like it was trying to kill me. Did you enable the safety protocols? And he's like, no, you wanted it to be more difficult. He's like, well, that's why I used live rounds. And I think he even gave the robot a name like, oh, Sammy, you're in so much pain. Like,
that's pretty funny. So, cut to the next scene. It's Lara Croft naked, taking a shower, and we see quite a bit of side boob for a PG-13 movie, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Not complaining, but, you know.
No, I mean, it's Angelina Jolie in 2001.
It's great.
No, it's complaining, but it is just strange because the butler just walks in there. She has a towel on walking out of the thing, but she just like throws her towel off. We see a bunch of side boob, and the butler has this nice dress and a hat picked out for her. Like, oh, I got you a wardrobe. She's like, I'm not wearing that.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just trying to make you a lady, and ladies should be modest, because she's just getting naked in front of everyone, I guess, most of the time. Or at least in front of her butler.
Pretty cool.
Oh, very funny.
I'm only trying to turn you into a lady. And a lady should be modest.
Yes, a lady should be modest.
Definitely not sexual harassment from the employer.
And I think that scene too is like the only time that she wears the get up from the video games, the short shorts and the tank top, and like she has her gun strapped directly onto her skin and stuff.
On her thighs, yeah.
I just am like, man, that's chafing. That's gonna
that's
create
gotta be chafing.
Oh no.
So after the shower scene, it cuts to a completely different scene with Ian Glenn, who plays Manfred Powell. We find out he works for the Illuminati, and their goal at this meeting, they're talking about how to find this key. They need a key because there is a planetary alignment happening very soon of all 9 planets. LOL, Pluto.
9 planets.
Yeah. They didn't know. They didn't know what they didn't know back then. So this planetary alignment only happens every 5,000 years, and it culminates in a full solar eclipse, which activates the triangle of light, which you're like, what is that? We thought the same thing. So that all happens. We see this secret Illuminati meeting.
Brothers and sisters, today is the 15th of May, the first day of the planetary alignment, and we are still no nearer to discovering the location of the key.
This is not acceptable.
We are working from clues based on ancient cosmological models, predating Aristotle. But I'm happy to announce that we are almost ready.
So, we will have possession of the key in
1 week.
We have only a single opportunity to retrieve the 2 halves of the triangle. And if we fail, we must wait another 5,000 years.
Well, I don't know about you, but that's more time than I'm prepared to commit to this enterprise.
We shall be ready.
We're not ready, are we?
No.
Flash forward, it's back at the giant mansion.
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie is asleep. Laura is asleep. And she wakes up to a ticking noise. She goes downstairs, I think, and
Yeah, well, she has a dream about her dad because this day is the anniversary of her father's disappearance or something.
right.
And that's important to her. And so she has this dream about seeing her dad out at the mausoleum in front of the house. And she wakes up to this ticking noise. And it's an unknown ticking noise. So she goes down, and in true Laura style, she's presumably an archaeologist, right? But she doesn't do anything subtly. So she just
Is she an archaeologist?
They've called her an archaeologist throughout the movie a few times.
Well, yeah, okay, I guess, yeah.
A tomb raider, but a grave robber, but yeah, she apparently is an archaeologist. But so in any true archaeologist fashion, she just smashes through this section of her house to see what this ticking noise is.
Yeah, she smashes through a wall under the stairs and finds this box. She opens the box. Inside is a clock that looks pretty ordinary, but she knows it's special.
Yeah, it just started ticking out of nowhere. This is something I thought of when she goes into this room too. There's more stuff than just that clock in there, right? Presumably it's all hidden away. Yeah. And the clock is important, but maybe something that we never see it again. None of that stuff is ever brought up again.
It's just some junk, but who knows? So she takes this clock to a special clock guy. She actually goes to an auction house, which is kind of a goofy scene because she accidentally bids on something for $2.5 million.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Anyway, she talks to this clock guy and he tells her that it's a very special clock, whatever. And inside of the clock, she finds another clock. It's called the All-Seeing Eye.
Yeah, and we don't know this, or Laura doesn't know this at the time, but this old guy that she meets up, used to know her dad. Mm-hmm. And he's sort of he's a clock guy. He's obsessed with clocks and antiques and things.
Yeah.
And so he's looking it over, but at this point, the clock is already destroyed around it. We just have the key part.
You're right. So
and we don't know it's the key. But this guy pretends like, I don't know what this is. It's gorgeous.
Right.
It's immaculate, but I don't know what it is. You should go home. And then we see later on, he starts drinking and at night, and he gives Laura a call while he's looking at a photograph of him and one of the bad guys from the movie, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I thought it was a photo of him with her dad, but I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh, you're probably right. But either way, he's like, I've had a second thought about this, and I actually know a guy.
And a couple drinks.
Yeah, and more than a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And I actually do know a guy you should talk to about this new artifact you found.
And who is it but Manfred Powell?
Yeah.
Who is with the Illuminati. And we know that they're after this stuff for the planetary alignment, whatever. None of this shit makes any sense. So,
in the Illuminati meeting, they're like, the triangles, we got to find the two halves of a triangle and all this stuff. And it's like, none of it is very clever sounding. It's like, oh, we're looking for triangles. There's the all-seeing eye. It's got conspiracy theory vibes to it.
Yeah.
But it's all sort of the level a child would make up if they were trying to think of what a conspiracy theory would sound like, or a secret society would talk like, you know?
Definitely. And so we find out that the triangle of light, when you have, so you need the all-seeing eye, which is the key that she finds inside of the clock in her house. That's the key. And with that key, she can find the two halves of the triangle of light. Once you put them together, whoever possesses the triangle controls time.
Yeah, somehow.
Makes sense.
Never explained how.
She goes and sees the bad guy, Powell, and they have a brief meeting, and she knows that he's a liar. He seems innocent, and she's like, no, he's lying. He's not a good dude. That night, she is in her house. It's a dark and stormy night. It's raining like crazy. And we see the most ridiculous setup so far in her home training situation. She is connected to a bungee cable in the middle of her house. And she's doing bungee ballet.
Yeah, this is supposedly some sort of training she does for archaeology.
Admittedly, it does look kind of fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I had that space, I don't know if I would do it, but I might try it once in a while. It looks fun. She's having a good time.
One thing we both noticed during this scene, the room that she's in has like really tall ceilings and they've got these amazing skylights, and it shows multiple close-ups of her like way up high by the ceiling. And when you look through the skylights, it's like a perfect blue, beautiful daytime.
You even see clouds and stuff.
Yeah, you see blue skies and like not stormy at all. And it's daytime, but in reality, it's a dark and stormy night right now.
And it gets even more confusing too, because the whole time I was like, those must not be skylights. And then it shows a picture of the top view or the bottom up view. And we see the clouds. Of like, okay, so it is skylights. That's weird.
Yeah.
And then the real problem I had with this happens after the next thing happens, which is these people.
The squad of men show up to the house. They're hired by Powell, and they're there to steal the key that she has found inside of this clock.
Yeah, and the way they get in, Bryce stays in this like techno bunker outside the house, and they like close up his door so he can't get out, and then they all bungee in through this skylight, right? And I don't understand how this works, because it seems like just a continuity error at first.
Yeah.
There's we're inside, it's sunny, outside it's showing dark and stormy, but then they all burst through these skylights, and now we see both sunlight coming through the ones that haven't been broken through, and stormy weather coming through the open ones into the house.
Which I guess you could say, like, maybe they're not skylights, they're stained glass. That's like, but here's why that doesn't make sense. Because the amount of light that is, this is so dumb to be so focused on, but like, seriously, it was so annoying. The amount of light coming through these skylights or stained glass windows, whatever, it would have to be daytime.
Yeah.
For that amount of light.
It was lighting up the room. Yeah.
It is absolutely the middle of the night. It is dark outside. No light at all. So like, either way, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yes, but it seems like, they just made a time or error continuity mistake, and then it merges both of those nonsensical things together in a way that was annoying and continues on throughout the rest of the movie, kind of.
One kind of funny thing I thought was, like, in this movie, Laura always has guns. Like, guns are such a big part of her character. She's always strapped, you know?
Yeah.
And she like barely ever, she uses them. She shoots them a lot, but she almost never ever kills anybody with a gun.
Yeah.
She like all these tons of men. It's like probably 30 men break into her house. They're all like, they look like a SWAT team. They're like giant guns and all this stuff, tactical gear. And she's fighting them, like she's punching them and like kicking them, and also has guns. It's like, why are you not shooting them?
Yeah, she's using her gymnastics on the rope to sort of like get to them and cut them down and like tie them up. She does that weird thing where she like spins around. She does that funny shot where she's like running on the wall, spinning around this guy, and then gets to him, cuts his rope, and for some reason now he's tangled up in it, like rolled up in it, and falls down in a way that couldn't have worked that way.
Yeah, none of that makes sense. And I just like, she's being shot at constantly.
Yeah.
Never once even gets nicked by a bullet. And she has guns in the house, and she just like never, she always opts to like use her fists or her feet or whatever.
Yeah.
So the next day, a UPS guy shows up, which I was like, do they have UPS in the UK?
Yeah.
I guess so.
They must.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned it, but in this movie, Angelina Jolie is British. They are in the UK somewhere. Yeah. And she has a British accent, which is just goofy because, you know, she's American.
She's not, yeah.
And one other funny point, Daniel Craig, who comes in a bit later in the movie, he's a British actor, but he plays an American. So
yeah.
That's kind of dumb. But anyway, the next day, a UPS guy shows up. Her house is trashed. The squad has made it out with the key, and they're doing cleanup. And this UPS guy gives her a letter that was sent from her dad from before he disappeared.
And I guess they've held on to this since 1985, 87, whenever he got disappeared.
Yeah.
And they were just like held on to it because it was scheduled to be delivered on this specific day and time.
Right. It was sent by a group of lawyers on behalf of her dad.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. That makes sense.
So she opens it up and it's a poem by William Blake. And so she immediately runs to the library in her house, jealous.
Yeah.
Finds a book of William Blake, and inside of it is a letter written by her dad. And the letter basically tells her that the clock is a key and that the Illuminati is this secret society that wants to get the two halves of the triangle together so that they can control time. So essentially, at this point, Laura has her full mission. She knows that she needs to retrieve the key so that she can get the two halves of the triangle and destroy them.
Yeah, lest it fall into the hands of the evil secret
Illuminati.
society. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the first place that it tells her to go is the only temple in Cambodia where the jasmine grows. Is that what I understand?
Yes, that was the first half of the triangle. It's in this temple that she went to with her dad when she was a kid. And when she gets there, Manfred Powell and Alex West, played by Daniel Craig, are already there.
Did it explain how they knew to get there, or?
No.
Okay. Well, I thought it was funny too because they're all like, how are you going to get to Cambodia and get this thing in 15 hours? And she's like, I'm going to call in a favor.
Oh, yeah. She gets her Land Rover parachuted in
and
to the jungle.
The tiniest little parachutes too.
Yeah.
They're like this Land Rover. Yeah, she gets in the Land Rover when she sets down, and starts driving towards the temple where this giant group of people are already there
trying to get into the because the temple has been sealed off, and so they're trying to break through the main door. They do have a dumb line. So Powell, he says, "Into the belly of the beast," and then Alex West, he says, "And out of the demon's ass."
Into the belly of the beast.
And out of the demon's ass.
What
is that? I didn't look it up, but I would love to know if that is for some reason any real saying, or if it was made up for the movie, because it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
But seemingly without a plan, Lara Croft in her Land Rover, driving like a maniac.
I meant to say this earlier. Every time she's driving a car, a motorcycle, Land Rover through the jungle, she drives like an absolute asshole.
Yeah, she's especially on that motorcycle. She's squealing her tires. She's driving in between traffic.
That's actually how she took out one of the squad guys at her house. She did she popped a wheelie and then drifted sideways, and her back tire slapped the guy across the face.
Yeah, that's so much easier just shooting a guy, but
whatever. Well, she wants to show off, whatever.
When you're that talented, you must not even think about doing those things. But
so she finds this side entrance to this tunnel because she sees a bunch of butterflies, and as we all know, that's a sign that
butterflies know where they're going.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I need to follow the butterflies. So she gets out of her car, she goes over there, and there's also this weird little ghost Cambodian girl running around.
Yeah, she just, it's so funny. I don't know why this bothers me, but she ran up and we hear this little, obviously ADR or whatever. It's like, quickest little laugh, you know? And she looks.
Can you do the laugh again? Is that what she sounded like?
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that. Maybe I'll play it side by side here to see if you can tell the difference.
Oh, that's good. I like
that. But she sees this little girl run around the ruins of the temple, and every once in a while you just hear little child laughter and pitter patter as she's running after this child. We don't know it's not real, although I suspected by this point this kid doesn't live here, right? So
yeah, we get confirmation. At first I thought it was a real kid that she's following, but then there's a scene where she talks to the girl. Oh yeah, this is another thing. Lara Croft, polyglot. She knows all these languages. She speaks Cambodian and Russian later and all kinds of shit. So anyway, she's talking to this girl, and the girl says something to her, and then when Lara Croft looks away and looks back, the girl is gone.
Yeah, she says, you're going to risk it all just to see him again.
Yeah.
Talking about her dad. So she knows about her dad somehow. But I guess she's a ghost.
It's a ghost. Yeah, they know each other.
They know stuff, man.
So Laura sees the jasmine growing outside of the temple, and she picks the smallest little piece of jasmine and the ground collapses beneath her and she falls through. How many stories would you say?
Oh,
3
man.
stories?
The scene lasted forever. She was just like falling and falling
Yeah.
and falling.
4 stories, maybe?
Yeah, longer than that. I mean, but
yeah,
anyway.
it was a while. And
Yeah.
she finally ends up in this underground like cavern, hair and makeup perfect.
Yeah.
Not covered in dirt. Somehow no dirt or debris in her hair at all. And wouldn't you know it, Powell and West are already in the room. They're making their way into the cavern.
Yeah.
There's this giant statue sitting in the middle of the room.
Yeah. There's a giant room, and there's like what looks to be the place where you would put the key in this giant circle in the center of the room.
Yeah.
And Powell and everyone is trying to figure out the mechanisms because all this has to be done in a very specific time.
Yeah, it has to correspond with
different phases.
Yeah, this is the second phase of the planetary alignment. And it's like weirdly specific, which I want to say, okay, I get that timing can be important or whatever, but this temple was built forever ago.
Yeah.
I don't think they knew time down to the second.
Longer than 5,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it had to have been built before the 5,000. Yeah. To predict the 5,000 years later. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense that it would all be down to this specific, like within seconds.
Yeah.
That necessary. But it is. And they figure out, we got to take the swords from this. Right now Laura is like hiding in the shadows and letting all the people do the work, and they find out they got to take these giant swords, put them in the floor in a certain way in these places where the swords sit, and they're about ready to put the key in the floor. And she says something that was kind of weird to me, because she finally makes herself known, and she's like, no, that's the wrong one, the right one's up here, that one's just a mirror.
Yeah. Yes.
And they don't believe her. But in my mind, I'm thinking if it's a physical mirror, like, it's flipped the wrong way, you should be able to tell that pretty quick. You can compare the two. It doesn't fit. Like, why do they not trust her? Why would they not just check that out? During this time, the most infuriating countdown happens too, where they're counting down from a minute. And it stops like to have things happen a couple times.
Right.
And what ends up being like a 4 or 5 minute scene, this 1 minute countdown is going down.
Yeah.
I think they like at 28 seconds, they stop to have a conversation. They're shooting guns and stuff or whatever. It happens for like a minute, and then they resume back at like 10 or 12 or something,
Yeah.
I was like, God, I hate that when movies do that. It happens in just about every movie or TV show, but I hate it.
Yeah, but she ends up convincing Powell to trust her and give her the key, because she has actually found the real spot for the key to go. So he trusts her, he throws her the key, and she puts it into the wall, and it triggers this pendulum.
The goofiest thing.
It looks like in medieval times when, like, you see knights and people trying to storm the castle, and they've got a bombard? What is that? Like a log or something that they're trying to ram into the door. Battering ram.
Yeah.
It looks like a battering ram with a really, really pointy end. Honestly, it kind of just looks like a giant pencil.
Yeah, it looks like a giant pencil. It looks like maybe a column that had fallen over and they sharpened the end for some reason.
Yeah.
And this is, again, makes me mad because for as meticulously set up as this ruin as this temple is, where everything's down to the precise second and everything, the pendulum's supposed to hit a particular place over there, but it doesn't. It stops just short.
Right.
So for all the planning that these ancient people did, they didn't get the weight just right on this thing.
It's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good. No one tested it.
Man, and so Laura has to jump on the back of it and basically use it like a swing set to get it enough push.
Enough momentum, yeah.
And then what does it do? Something that any one of them could have done anyway at any time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the giant statue of this like scary goddess or whatever is sitting there holding what looks like a cauldron of glass, green glass. I don't know. And the pendulum battering ram stabs this thing. It shatters and all of this liquid spills out, right?
I don't know why it had to be that battering ram thing
I don't
that
think
had
it
to
did.
shut. It seems like Laura could have shot it with her gun like she
Yeah.
does everything else, you know?
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely.
this special goopy liquid comes out and
Yeah,
starts.
it looks like really bad CGI mercury.
If you guys ever saw Alex Mack on Nickelodeon or those Capri Sun commercials, it looks like that silvery liquid that they turn into from, I bet it's the same effect they use. Because this, I don't know if you guys knew this, movie came out in 2001.
Yes.
And all the effects look like it came out in 2001.
Yeah.
All the liquid from the stone that just got, or the orb that just got burst, starts moving into these statues.
Yeah, they're like statue guards that are like lining all of the walls, and the mercury bullshit starts flowing into them and bringing them to life.
It goes on full. I mean, the ghost thing already happened, so we're already outside of the realm of reality. But now we've gone full fantasy mode here.
Oh, yeah.
Because these stone statues get up and start like attacking everyone, I guess to protect the triangle.
Yeah, which by the way, Laura has stolen the first half of the triangle by this point.
Yeah.
I don't remember how, but she got it.
She's riding the pendulum and is grabbing it on the way over.
Oh, right.
And but the bad guys still have the key.
Yes. So Laura can't manage to get the key in time. She all of the bad guys run out of this temple with the key. Laura has the first half of the triangle, but at this point she's alone in the temple, and that giant like goddess lady statue in the middle of the room, she has now come to life. And Laura shoots it to death.
Just unloads clip after clip into it.
Yeah.
There's this hilarious mechanism that she has on her back where it's like she hits a button and all these clips just fall down below her back, so she can just like quickly take the clips off her guns and shove it into the behind her, and she can shoot more clips or whatever.
Yeah.
And so far we've never seen any like reference of this before. We don't even know like where that thing was actually. Is she wearing a backpack? I don't remember. She must be, but like anyway, for some reason, even though these things are magically animated through the use of this mercurial goop,
fantastical beings, she manages to just shoot it with a gun and kill it.
She shot it enough times and it was down. The stone golem statue thing.
I love how that works.
Yeah.
So she runs out of the temple, and it's kind of funny because when she runs out, all of the bad guys are just like chilling outside.
Most of them have been started sitting down. They're just hanging out. Yeah.
They're like not even ready with guns pointed toward the entrance. Like I guess they just fully expected her to not come out. I don't know.
And they needed a rest. So
they
they're all
needed a break.
loungy.
So she, pauses and looks at all of them and then takes off through the jungle and makes it to a waterfall and jumps off head first like a crazy person.
Dove head first off this giant waterfall.
Yeah.
Who knows if it was safe to do or not, but
pretty cool.
She's fine.
So then she takes a boat and goes to some type of monastery temple and has a meeting with a monk. And he tells her that he knew her father. We don't know how. We never know how. And then he makes her drink this shitty tea that tastes like shit. And he's like, oh, it heals you. And it instantly heals all of her wounds.
Yeah, he's like, this tea doesn't taste very good, but it has great effects. And then looks at her wounded arm, and she just takes it off, and it's perfectly healed.
Yeah.
Doesn't explain how or why.
We don't need to know. So then she makes a phone call to Powell, which I was like, how do you know his phone number?
Yeah.
Anyway.
She's making the monk hold the satellite up for her too. So she could, like, he's just holding a satellite and she's using the satellite phone to do all of her work and stuff. And
Powell tells her to come to Venice so that they can have a meeting because, they have mutual interests now. Like, she can't get the other half of the triangle without the key that he has, and he can't control time without her half of the triangle. Yeah. So she meets him in Venice, and they're talking about the Illuminati. And Powell, here's a quote of his. He says, "There's no such thing. It's just a bedtime story." But it's like so obviously a thing.
Yeah, it's real. Like,
yeah, and he does go on to admit that it's real. It's like, what do you? Okay. So I don't know. And Laura, like, I guess he implies at some point that Laura's dad was in the Illuminati.
Yeah, he was even her dad's understudy
Yeah,
in the Illuminati.
Right. He says that her dad mentored him.
Yeah.
In the Illuminati. She denies it, but they do agree that they have some mutual interests, and she meets up with Powell and West. And she also brings Bryce, her techie guy.
Techno wizard.
Not sure why. He didn't really do much.
Yeah, it seems like this is the part where he's going to give Laura gadgets or something.
That's what I thought.
Like bring gadgets of his own to help in the quest.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
But no.
He doesn't do that. He sits in a giant coat where everyone else is not bundled up, and he says his ass falls asleep.
My bum's gone to sleep again. All down the left cheek.
Really? It's fascinating.
Yeah, he just makes dumb it's not even funny. Like
he's the comedy relief, but it's not landing.
Yeah. So they go to Siberia, which is where the dead city is. So to kind of throw it back, the reason that we even have this triangle and the key in the first place is that 5,000 years ago, during another planetary alignment, there was a meteor that crash landed into Earth and left behind this metal that was used to build the triangle and the key, I guess. They weren't super specific.
Yeah. They didn't really explain how it worked. But.
Yeah, no. And then I guess like some civilization built a city where the meteor landed. So in the crater.
Yeah.
And they were the ones that created this triangle that controlled time.
This is so funny. They're explaining like in the triangle gave them the power of gods to control time. So far, all they've said specifically that does is it controls time. Mm-hmm. And they said, but the power was too much and it destroyed their civilization, and it showed an explosion happening.
Yeah, the city just exploded.
The city explodes. Like, what about time did that? I don't understand. Like, did the triangle explode? What made the triangle explode?
Yeah. So, yeah, the city's just, like, raised. We don't know why, what they did, whatever. So they have to travel, like, in on these crazy helicopters. And they say that the helicopters can't even get close to the dead city because it's a dead zone. Yeah. Whatever that means.
Yeah, not explained.
Yeah, computers don't work there. Helicopters don't work there, whatever.
There's this part that I love, and it's that they do it with the planets too. Every time they show the planets in alignment, you see them all clearly, and they're all very close together, unlike how it is in real life. They're in the helicopters, and the guy's like, how much longer? Like, a few hours. We got to do the last hour on land. And then it shows the dead city just right over there.
Yeah, it's like right out the window.
Right over there. And also... oh, well, I guess they got to go to the village because they got to buy all the dogs.
Yeah,
off
they
the
have
village.
to get huskies and dog sleds.
Yeah, but I just love like the scale of things in this movie never makes any sense. There was like this minute, we have a minute left to do this, but it takes 5 minutes to do. Mm-hmm. The planets are in alignment. We see all the planets right next to each other. It's all very neat and tidy.
Yeah.
We got a few hours by helicopter. It's just right over there.
Yeah. Yeah. We only have 15 minutes to get the triangle and all the way in Cambodia done.
Yeah.
Easy. So they ride these the dog sleds to the dead city, and they meet a wall of ice, and there's a bell, like an ancient looking bell in front of it. And Laura, brave lady.
Everyone looks like they're stumped. Like, what do we do now? And she just stands there and looks at the wall for a second, gives us a knowing smile, wink at the camera.
Yeah.
And rings the bell.
Yeah, she rings the bell. And for some reason, that makes the wall of ice explode.
It explodes outward.
Yeah. So they enter the dead city, and they get to this room that we were both kind of describing. Like, to me, it looks like the room that the Gelflings go to in the Dark Crystal, where the witch lives. Like, they go to the witch's house, and she has that room with like the planetarium, with all the planets spinning around.
It's very close to that. I said, man, this reminds me of the technology that the guy made in the Casper movie from like the 1999 or whatever.
Yeah, it's very like steampunk. Inspiration, I guess. Like. Yeah.
And it all runs off something because it is mechanical and operating. It sits in this big thing of like boiling water.
It's not boiling because people get in it.
Yeah, but it's like foamy for some reason.
Yeah, it's bubbling. It's a hot tub.
Yeah, it is
Sitting
a
in
hot
a hot
tub.
tub.
And they go to this room with all this goofy technology, and we see these like they look so silly.
Yeah.
These just like little bursts of light that are floating around a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how anyone knows this stuff because Laura just casually says, "Oh, they're time storms."
Yeah, she literally said, "Oh," because Bryce is like, "What is that?" And Laura says, "It's a time storm. Time is broken here."
Holy shit.
It's a time storm. Time is broken here.
Yeah, we see.
Okay.
And so to prove that it's a time storm, these dogs run and jump through them,
Yeah.
and we get this 3D animation of, for some reason, they go past the barrier of the time storm, and then they don't have any skin.
Yeah,
and we
first they don't have any like flesh,
Yeah.
and then they don't have any muscles, and it's just a skeleton. And then they exit through the other side of the time storm, and they're back to normal.
they're just fine.
Yeah, it was
So
fine.
that's what time storms do. That doesn't have anything to do with time.
Right.
It just strips you of your flesh and muscles. But if you go through the other side, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's a time storm.
And time is broken here.
Yeah, something was broken there for sure. This movie's broken.
So Laura manages to climb up to the sun in the middle of this cavern, and she sticks the clock onto the sun and immediately gets sucked inside of it.
Yeah, some magical thing happens and she gets sucked inside.
And then just as quickly, she gets shot out of the sun with the other half of the triangle.
Yeah.
So
So now they have all the parts. They're not together yet, but all the parts are now in one place.
Right. And Powell takes the two halves and puts them together, and nothing happens.
Yeah, and Lara Croft is standing there knowingly like, I knew this was going to happen
Yeah,
for
she's
some
already
reason.
she's already figured it out.
But and of course it does kind of call back to something earlier, but there's no reason why Laura would know this, because how does she figure it out? First, I guess Powell turns around and throws the knife. He tries to put the triangle together. It's not working. It seems like Laura's figured it out. So to get Laura to give him the information, he throws a knife over at Manfred Powell.
No, that's Powell throwing the knife.
Oh, Powell throws the knife over at Alex West. Yes.
And it stabs Alex.
Gets him right in the chest. He falls into the vat of foamy water.
Hot tub.
And then he gets caught in the machinery underneath the water and presumably is dying.
Yeah, it looks pretty painful.
Yeah, it's an unpleasant way to go. And so Lara Croft gets out. She doesn't drip it or anything. Her clothes are a little damp, but she's like not wet at all when she gets out of the water.
Yeah, she takes the key, the clock that she had just used to get the other half of the triangle. She throws it into one of the time storms, and the clock breaks apart. Just like we saw the dogs lose their flesh, the clock breaks apart into all these little pieces, and she reaches into the time storm. Her hand looks fine, by the way.
Doesn't affect her hand.
Yeah, weird choice there. And she takes this really tiny piece that's floating in the air that's like a glowing, it looks like a grain of, it looks like a rock, to be honest. It looks like a glowing rock. She calls it a grain of sand. She inserts it. I should actually be more accurate. She just tosses it.
Yeah, she just drops it and it falls exactly where it needs to be.
Toward the triangle, and it perfectly clicks into place. And now the triangle is complete, and it takes her and Powell to a pyramid for whatever reason.
And they're just transported to the bottom of the pyramid, and they both run up this impossibly steep pyramid at full force. And Lara Croft gets to the top first, where this artifact, the time...
It's the triangle is up there.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand any of this. So she she gets the triangle at the top of the pyramid, and Powell falls down the pyramid. For some reason, Laura then goes back in time and sees her dad.
She goes to see her dad. He says, "This is a meeting of your present and my past." And That doesn't really make sense because it technically is his president at the time, even if it is the past. And also,
True.
he's acting like he is aware of everything that's been going on.
Right.
Like,
And that he knows that he's been missing or dead or whatever. Like,
and
how would
like
he know that?
that Laura would have done all this stuff. And like,
Yeah.
if he knew all this stuff, he should have had all the power in the world to like
Prevent it from
prevent
happening?
any of this from happening or get the stuff himself.
Well, you know, he was in the Illuminati.
That's true.
So he probably knows a lot.
He convinces Laura because Laura wants to use the, what's it called again?
The Triangle of Light.
The Triangle of Light. It doesn't.
Shouldn't it be the Triangle of Time?
Yeah, it really should be. She wants to use the Triangle of Light to go back in time and make sure that her father doesn't disappear. But he's like, no, we can't change time.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to do that. It'd be bad to do that. And so she doesn't. She just goes back to a little bit before Alex West dies.
Yeah, she goes back to right when Powell had thrown the knife toward Alex, and she freezes time, and she turns the knife around to face Powell.
Yeah.
And then she she then takes her gun and shoots the triangle.
Which is just like floating somewhere.
Yeah.
Just like in
inexplicably.
The air, like, yeah.
She shoots it again, just immediately destroys it with a bullet. And that unfreezes time, and the knife flies into Powell's chest.
Yeah.
So as Powell is laying on the ground, bleeding out, supposedly, he tells Laura.
Yeah, like, okay, he's just stabbed in the chest.
Right.
He's laying down. Everyone's leaving.
Yeah,
this
they're all
ruin.
walking out. They're like,
all
job done, triangle destroyed.
And then all of a sudden, Powell's like, yeah, you know, when I killed your dad or whatever, he was really protective of this thing. And he pulls out this clock that has a picture of her mom in it.
Yeah, it's a pocket watch.
A pocket watch, thank you.
Yeah, and he also tells her that her dad begged for his life.
Yeah, and then we see the scene where he does not, in fact, beg for his life.
Yeah. We see the actual scene. And we find out through this that Powell killed her father, right?
Yeah.
And up to this point, she has thought that her father's just been missing, presumably dead, but like had no confirmation of it. So then for some reason, she agrees to fight Powell without guns.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. She walks over there and everyone's like, no, this place is coming down. She's like, no, I gotta take care of this. He's on the ground, stabbed, apparently can't get up. And so she walks over there and all of a sudden he gets up in like a one motion, very quickly gets up and is ready to fight. They both pull guns on each other. He is totally fine.
Right.
And yeah, he's like, well, let's do this without guns.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay.
Yeah, why, Laura?
Just shoot him and take the pocket watch.
She's been shooting everything else. Like, why not him?
Not people.
Not the guy that killed your dad? What the hell?
Yeah, you're going to get away with it, dude. This thing's going to come down. We all found out ghosts and magic are real.
Yeah.
There's bigger things at stake than this one guy's life.
That's true. The whole cavern is like collapsing in on them at this point. Just another reason, use your gun, end it fast, get out of there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they fight. Obviously, she kills him, and she grabs the pocket watch and gets out of there.
Yeah.
Out of the underground cavern. And then everyone's gone at this point. She runs up to the dogs with her dog sled, and the dog sled is...
This scene...
Oh good.
My God.
So the dog sled is ruined, but the dogs are still there. So she just grabs the reins and no skis, no snowboard, just her shoes.
Yeah.
She is pulled by the dogs on the snow. And it's like she's skiing with just her boots.
And there's like the way this is shot too. There's scenes where we're watching like the dogs are facing us and we're going along with them. And we see Laura in the back and she's like on the walls.
Yeah, like
and
she's
stuff,
going up
like,
the side of the walls because they're covered with snow and stuff.
During a turn and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, none of this makes sense. Like what? There can't be super slick ice the whole way out, right? Like what happens if she hits a little rocky patch? Is she gonna...
She breaks her leg.
Yeah, I guess, but that doesn't happen though because it works out perfectly and she's having a great time.
She is a Tomb Raider. She's done this before. Then she makes it home, safe and sound, and she puts on a dress, which is weird.
Everyone's like, what?
Yeah. And she goes out to her father's grave, and now it's more meaningful because we know that he is in fact dead. And then she starts training with the robot again.
Yeah, there's this goofy scene where Bryce and the butler are standing there, and Bryce gets the robot to get back up, and all of a sudden the butler takes off this cloth from this silver platter he has, and it's her guns.
It's two guns.
And she's like, okay, it takes her hat off and like goes to start training, and like that's the end of the movie.
That's it.
Why did she feel compelled to put that dress and hat on at the end of the movie?
Well, the butler wanted her to be a lady.
So what? Like, what? That's not one of those loose ends that needed tying up, in my opinion. You know,
No.
There's plenty of other unexplainable things going on in this movie that could have used some explanation, could have used some tying up, and that's not one of them. I didn't need her to be like, I guess I'll be a lady now.
Yeah.
That's not her character. It doesn't make any sense for her to do that.
So now that we're through with the plot, the dense plot, how'd you feel about it?
It's a good question because I'm conflicted here. Not as conflicted as I've been with some movies. I generally thought this movie was not very good.
Yeah, of course.
I thought that as far as, because I'm thinking about like the Mario Brothers movie, the Mortal Kombat movie. This is at a weird time as far as like video game adaptations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And in some ways, they nailed it. Like, Angelina Jolie was the perfect person to cast to play Lara Croft in looks and demeanor and all that. Like, I think she nailed the character.
Mm-hmm.
The plot comes straight from something that might happen in one of the video games. Like, it's as nonsensical and like fantastical as what might happen in a video game, sure. And yet it was a tough watch, and I didn't like all the video game stuff that happened.
Yeah.
It just felt like it was trying to be like a Indiana Jones movie.
Yes.
But without some of the grounding that makes Indiana Jones movie feel like it has some heart.
Yeah, there's like no personality.
Yeah, she doesn't have a ton of personality. None of the other characters have really any personality.
Yeah.
It's just like we're part of a secret society. We're bad people and we want to control time. And she's like, I miss my dad and I'll finish his work.
Right. We don't even know what they're going to do when they control time. Like, what are they going to fuck up so bad?
She even like, because she's friends with Alex West.
Yeah.
And he makes all sorts of promises like, hey, when we get this, like, we'll go back in time and make sure your dad doesn't go away. I'm sure that's a lie because he must know what actually happened to him too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But like, we don't know that they're necessarily going to do horrible stuff when they have the time thing. They just want it to control time. Didn't seem like the Illuminati was doing horrible stuff for that 5,000 years. Like,
yeah, and you know, the other thing is like her dad kind of suggests when she has that meeting with her dad, and he's like, you know, you can't change what happened. You can't bring me back. Like, you're not supposed to mess with time. And it's like, we're kind of led to believe that the reason that the city was destroyed thousands of years ago is because they fucked with time, right?
Yeah.
And then Laura gets away with it. She fucks with time. It's a minor thing, but
it's the first thing she does.
Yeah, she goes back like 5 minutes and saves Alex West. And it's like, oh, so that didn't matter?
Yeah.
What?
That's okay. That didn't blow up. That didn't blow up.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. The messaging of the movie is nonsensical all the way through.
Yeah.
It is like, you can't do this, but she does it just fine. The bad guys aren't the worst guys I've ever seen as far as bad guys go. They're like nefarious, I guess, and like don't have great intentions, but they're nothing compared to like in Indiana Jones, all the first trilogy of that, like everything that the Indiana Jones space is there, you understand why he has motivation to do all this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just, I need to finish I guess the third movie is kind of like, I need to find my dad. Where's my dad? Finish his work, all this stuff. But it all has an overarching reason why he would be into doing this, you know, like why he would be committed to this task.
And he's like actually an archaeologist, and he seems like he's somewhat good at his job. Laura seems really bad. I mean, she's good at shooting things and she's good at fighting and like
She's
escaping.
a great gymnast.
Really good bungee artist.
Yeah.
Bungee ballerina. But I like she doesn't seem to have any real interest in like any of the history or like the artifacts themselves, you know?
And when we see her lack of subtlety and everything she does, like I wouldn't trust her to hold any priceless artifacts. Like she destroys that section of the house underneath the stairs. She drives her cars like a maniac.
She destroys the clock to get the key out of it. Like she just literally takes a hammer to it.
Exactly. It's like, man, that could have destroyed this precious key and mechanism that
Yeah, she's not gentle.
No, she's not gentle, and I think archaeology needs a bit more of a gentle touch.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree.
Kelsey, how did you feel about this movie?
It was bad. I have seen it and, you know, it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I didn't remember any of the plot. Not that there's much. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of what I remember, like general action movie, not a ton of depth, very one-dimensional characters, you know. Like the whole I don't know, the motivation for everything is just very surface level.
Yeah.
So, good time.
Yeah, I guess I could see myself in 2001. Like, I would have been a young teenager. If I loved the games, I could see myself seeing this in theaters and being like, that was a fun romp. But not like, that's a movie that, you know, changed my life in any way. Like I bet I would have forgotten about this movie very quickly had I seen it then, and I know I'm gonna forget it immediately after this conversation.
Yeah, one can hope.
I just, you know, it doesn't need to be this way, but when you find out that ghosts are real, that's an earth-shattering revelation. And Lara Croft acts like, oh yeah, of course ghosts would help me to meet my ends.
Yeah, of course these statues come to life to fight me.
Of course this monk would have a tea that heals all of my flesh wounds immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't need to take any with me for future use if I get into trouble.
And of course that there was a meteor that people used to build a triangle that controls time.
Of course, you know, and
the Illuminati exists.
And the Illuminati exists and have been for thousands of years, apparently.
Yeah.
3,000 years before the baby Jesus, you know?
Baby Jesus. And apparently their headquarters are in Venice, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
According to this movie.
Well, I believe it.
Yeah. So what's our rating system?
I had the idea for time storms.
Yeah, I like that.
Time storms?
Those little weird orbs.
Yeah, the things that make dogs lose their skin and muscle and then they're fine afterwards.
Yeah.
Or explode a piece of machinery so you can take a rice piece out of it.
How many time storms would you give this movie? Scale of 1 to 10.
I need to start looking up the ratings I gave other movies before.
No,
we
Matt,
do
it's
these.
all arbitrary. It doesn't matter.
I don't want to rate it
It's
better.
just vibes.
I liked it a lot more than Ghosts of Mars.
Yeah.
I think I liked it less than Dr. Dolittle 2.
Same. Oh my God, yeah.
I don't know what I rated either one, but I'm really hoping I come in between there.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to give this one 3.5 stars.
Okay.
Or, I mean, 3.5 time storms.
Yeah, not stars. Come
What the
on.
hell's a star?
What is this? What are you talking about?
What the hell is that? Kelsey, what would you give Lara Croft Tomb Raider coming out in 2001 in time storms?
I'm giving it a solid 3 time storms.
3 time storms, huh?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This was a little bit better than Ghosts of Mars. Because, like, yeah, there were a lot of plot holes and, like, the plot doesn't fully add up in this movie. There's still a plot.
There's a plot.
You know?
And there are characters in Ghosts of Mars that I actively disliked.
Oh, yeah.
Where I only passively disliked most of the characters. Like, they didn't piss me off like Ghosts of Mars did, you know?
And I will say it was interesting hearing Daniel Craig use an American accent. And it was also interesting seeing Ian Glenn as a young man.
Yeah, that's true.
That
I
was
guess
weird.
we looked him up, and my only familiarity with him is in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And while he does look like himself, he really was a skinnier, younger. Well, I guess the black hair, the dark hair was the thing that got me the most for seeing him. Also, Noah Taylor, I liked seeing him in this goofy role. He plays the tech support in Vanilla Sky.
The same year this came out.
And he has a much meatier role in this one. And I don't often, and I'm probably wrong, but I don't generally see him in very goofy comedy relief roles. So it was fun to see him do that.
I wanted him more. I wanted more of him in the movie.
I think the movie needed more of his goofery.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm also going to give the movie 6 bonus triangles, half triangles of time.
So that's 3 triangles?
No, they're not put together yet.
Yeah, I know, but
They're
like
just
if
the
they were
different
put
pieces.
together,
If they were put together, well, no,
3
I think
full triangles?
No, because I think the 6 they're going to be a mix of different, because there's like one side.
Are they all the same side?
Yeah,
6
like
of
all the same left.
Is it left
side,
or right?
Left.
Left side.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 6 bonus left sides of the triangle of light. Not time.
Don't get
Not
confused,
time.
Matt.
Triangle of light for some reason.
Why are you giving it that?
Because it's arbitrary, doesn't make any sense, and it's just the left side of the triangle of light, useless.
That's true. Pointless.
Yeah. Do you give it any bonus anything?
Nah.
Keeping it straight with the 3 time storms.
I'm pretty happy with the 3 time storms.
Man, I thought this was going to be less forgettable than it is. But honestly, it was already kind of a slog to remember the events of the movie having just watched it.
Yeah.
I expect I will forget this movie more so than Rockstar, more so than even Serendipity, which we just did a little while ago.
Yeah.
This one just had nothing to it, I felt
like. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we can only hope.
I can only hope I forget some of this.
Oh, also, shout out for the shower scene where we almost see some dong.
Oh yeah, Daniel Craig.
Almost see some Daniel Craig dong.
We did see his abs.
Yeah.
He's got him.
Saw some abs, saw a little higher butt, little crack there.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated, so.
Yeah.
And side boob from Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, can't complain. Although, again, this is PG-13, so kind of weird to put it in there, but...
One more thing. They say shit and ass in this movie.
Yeah.
And I guess you can do that in PG-13 because I hear you only get like one fuck and then you can say some other things. But
unless it's the 80s.
Yeah. Unless it's you can
hey
say.
Hey guys, I just recently went on a deep dive into some 1980s G-rated movies, and it's shocking what was allowed back then.
You can say all sorts of. You can have all sorts of situation stuff going on. You can say all sorts of stuff in a
lots
G and
of
PG
sexual
rated movie.
Innuendos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, so many plot points where much younger boys kiss or have romantic things with much older girls.
Yeah. It's almost like that was a fantasy at the time or something. Weird.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's weird.
Won't think too much on that.
What would you know about that? Weren't you a kid in the 80s?
Kelsey, this has been so much fun talking about Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Let's never do it again.
Yeah, no, I agree. Wait, the other Lara Croft movies didn't come out in 2001, did they?
No. We're off the hook on that.
Thank God. Yay, we did it.
And if you made it this far, we really appreciate you for listening. We're going to try and do a better one next time.
Oh yeah, we're hoping that our next episode will have a very special guest for you guys.
Not that special, but somewhat special, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can say whatever you want.
He might be my brother, so I can say anything I want about him.
He might not be, though. We'll see.
We're still getting the results back, but thank you so much for listening to 2001, A Film Podyssey. We'll be back again with another movie. We'll be doing this for the rest of our lives, and you'll keep listening.
For the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life and maybe your children's lives.
Yeah, it's like pass it down through the generations.
This is our legacy, and we need you to give it to every generation after you, please.
Yeah.
And buy us a coffee /CBD.
See, Please feed Matt CBD habit.
It's an addiction, and
The addictive qualities of CBD.
Get on the website, click that buy me a coffee link. Always put the quotes in your mind when you see the coffee part, because you're buying me CBD. So.
You thought this was for an upper, like caffeine? No way.
I'm doing the hard stuff. I'm into CBD. So.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a problem. 2001, a Film Podyssey, signing off.
Adios.
Did you see my gummies anywhere? I gotta take that.
The whole earth in its entirety, the United States of Arizona, plunging fearlessly into a purple sky. Our boys will venture out into the night. Yeah, our boys will venture out into the night, embraced into the arms of total chaos, seeking oblivion 40 ounces at a time. Ghosts of feeling dead, and I see fingertips crumpled up in the backseat. Crumpled up in the backseat. Yeah, you're trying to teach me something. What is it I'm meant to be learning? Yeah, you're trying to teach me something. What is it I'm meant to be learning? The time when everything meant everything, when the dream was an art.